Welcome back to the PvP Live Studios here in Frisco, Texas. We saw Kranich go up 1-0 in his match against ek0p here, winning a Druid Mirror.
Yeah, I mean, Druid Mirrors can be very scary, and both of these guys had excellent starts. ek0p had 2 copies of Innervate, Kranich had 2 copies of Wild Growth, and an Innervate himself. He was able to get the first major threat on the board, and that was enough for him to get through the damage he needed to win this game.
Yeah, those Wild Growths were the key in the game. Getting the extra mana every turn going forward was what won the game for Kranich there.
Yeah, game 2, ek0p versus Kranich, guys, is getting underway.
Yeah, let's see if anybody makes some kind of some changes here, but it looks like ek0p's just going to run it back.
Yeah, really likes Druid strategy today, and it seems to be one of the themes here for HPL is that people love to be playing the same decks over and over again. And Kranich, he's drastically swapped it up. I mean, 2 Sorcerer's Apprentice and a Mad Scientist in his hand. This looks like a Tempo Mage deck.
Yeah, Sorcerer's Apprentice, you got to believe it's some kind of Tempo Mage deck. Oh, it looks like we might have a little bit of a mech theme in here as well.
Yeah, I would venture to say that's probably for spare parts for something like Flame Waker. Just have a threat that's on turn 4 that also has some synergy with what's going on moving forward. ek0p's hand, not too shabby though. 2 Shades, an Extramus, and a Wrath.
Yeah, not a shabby hand at all. And that is actually a good point that you made about the Tempo Mage deck, that sometimes on turn 4, they don't have a great play to make. You're hoping to have a Flame Waker and do some stuff like that, but you don't always have like a big minion to play on turn 4, like some big thing with staying power, unless you have some kind of combo with like Flame Waker or something like you said.
Yeah, so Mechanical Yeti, I think, pretty good option to fill that slot. You know, this is his little twist on this deck. I haven't seen a Mechanical Yeti played it so far.
Ooh.
Duplicate even in his hand as well, so no telling the range of secrets that's actually available here from Kranich, and you know, his looks a little bit pained by it. I mean, maybe he's drawn both of the secrets that are in his deck. Maybe that's what his reaction means.
Yeah, that is probably actually what just happened. If you're gonna get this kind of reaction from someone drawing a card like Duplicate when they have Mirror Nitty in hand, I have to believe he just drew his second and only secret that's left in his deck.
So, sort of a very interesting reaction to see coming out of someone. ek0p going to play Shade and Extramus here. Really, his decisions are kind of laid out in front of him. It's going to be 2 Shades and then trying to clear up this board and then get to a safe Emperor Thoros on turn and then look to end it with Force Nature Savagery. That's going to be a massive amount of damage if he doesn't have a ton of pressure coming on him and has both of those Shades.
Yeah, and speaking of cards that are good against the Druid deck, Mirror Entity is a great one.
Yeah, so Kranich is pushing damage here. ek0p does have to do something to stop this damage eventually, but is that going to be this turn?
I mean, I believe that he probably will take the Shade out of stealth here. You almost have to. You're starting to get beat down quite a bit here, and you need to start to develop your own board as well, because you need to get to somewhat of an okay board state before you play this Emperor Thoros on, and then you can really turn things around from there. Now, if he doesn't unveil the Shade, you're definitely going to see Wrath at this turn. There's a chance you see both as well. I mean, ek0p's got a couple of options. He can even use Savage Roar as a removal spell here. Yeah,
one of the big problems is that, you know, he believes this is Mirror Entity right now, and he doesn't have an efficient way to pop that and really stay in the game very effectively. You know, that's a big threat to something like Druid, who wants to play high priority minions that deal lots of damage in those regards. You know, the Mirror Entity throwing off his entire game.
Yeah, this is actually a big point that I want to talk about here in HPL. We've seen a lot of Druid decks, but we haven't seen a lot of Zombie Chows in them. Why? We haven't seen a ton of Mage, and the Mage decks that we've seen don't always have Mirror Entity. That's the card that really punishes you for not having a card like Zombie Chow in your deck.
Yeah, so he's just going to give up his Shade here. Really no choice for him moving forward. I think he's just got to eat this damage too. I mean, you know, if he gives up his Shade and Extramus here, he's giving up a lot of reach in his endgame with something like Force Nature Savage Roar. I don't know if he can afford to do that.
Yeah, I don't think he can either. And Kranich picks up a Mana Worm here. He can, I will say, if he wants to, he can do some Mana Worm shenanigans this turn, but he might just want to get a Mechanical Yeti into play and just get the big minion going.
Yeah, I don't see any reason to really just not keep the pressure going here. Mechanical Yeti is unchecked.
Attack with everything,
I mean, your 2 health minions have been unchecked. Why would your 5 health minion be checked? And he might even go with the Shade here.
I think I would. It's kind of hard to pass up 3 damage here. If ek0p has something like Wrath or whatever, I think it's just fine with whatever card it trades with here.
That could actually be a pretty important draw of this game. Got to be able to check Shades and then move forward afterwards, but he is down to 16. I mean, he's got to be worried about stuff like Fireballs and Frostbolts.
Yeah, the Fireballs and Frostbolts are in this Tempo Mage deck. They're not really there to remove minions. They're there to go to your face and kill you. What they're trying to do is sneak in as much damage as they can, turns 1 through 5, and finish you off with a flurry of burn spells later in the game.
Yeah, the burn spells do couple as removal spells in tight situations.
It's not where you want to be with this deck, though.
It certainly is not. Keeper of the Grove going to take care of the Sorcerer's Apprentice, and I have to believe that this Shade is getting taken out here, this 3/3 Shade. We'll get this perspective for you fixed as quickly as possible. The Spectator really hates Druid, apparently, every single time. It's like, look at these choices.
Especially lately, yeah. There's too many choices. We don't want choices.
Yeah, so we're going to get this fixed as soon as we can. But for now, be rolling through. I mean, ek0p's got to want to take out one of these shades, this shade and X-Ramus. The question is, does he pull his 4/4 shade out of stealth, or does he just trade off his 3/3/1s?
That's an interesting point. I mean, he could trade off his 3/3/1s and leave his 4/4 back, even get in 4 damage if he wants, or he could just eat it and try to take 2 mana away from Kranich this turn, making Kranich have to use his hero power.
Yep, so he's going to trade off the 3/3/1, leaves 6 points of damage on the board for Kranich, and Kranich picks up Flamewaker now.
Yeah, Flamewaker, a very interesting one, can help you get in a lot of extra damage through the course of the game. I don't know if we're going to see it this turn. Yeah, I doubt we're going to see it this turn. We're going to see Mechanical Yeti and Mana Worm. Mana Worm only going to be 1/3 going through the turns, but you have to believe it's going to get a lot bigger going forward.
Wow, Kranich actually picks off the Keeper of the Grove too. A little bit surprised by that. I would figure at this stage of the game he would just be pushing for damage. ek0p picks up a second Savage Roar now.
Oh boy, if he gets to live for another turn or two, we could see a gigantic turn from ek0p.
Yeah, like if he plays this Emperor Thorson and say, I don't know, say he lives through this turn. I mean, you're looking at
with all of his minions.
Yeah. I mean, you're looking at 22 damage if you drew an Innervate, just with the Force Nature double Savage Roar. So if the Emperor Thorson stuck around, that's 29 damage that he would be looking at suddenly.
I don't think he can afford to not attack with his Shade here. He's looking at 11 damage on board plus a hero bar. That makes it 12. And then if Kranich literally has almost any spell, he's dead.
Yeah, any two spells would basically kill him just because of the Mana Worm growth. So I mean, he does have to pull his Shade out of stealth. And I would venture to say he has to attack the Mechanical Yeti with it.
Yeah, I mean, you might see ek0p really take a huge risk here this turn, but I just have to believe he's going to attack.
Yeah, I don't think there's a reason to take that risk, honestly. I mean,
you're also giving Kranich a spell here by attacking the Mechanical Yeti as well.
So, if ek0p can stay alive and stabilize through this board position, I think he's looking good. But
he also picked up a Rusty Horn here. That's something to be mentioned, that he picked up a way to get a taunt here in play next turn if he lives to it.
Yeah, so we're going to see how Kranich decides to handle this turn. I would love to see Flamewaker and then let these Arcane Missiles rip. I mean, that's a big amount of spell damage. Yeah. This could end the game with these missiles.
Yeah, if any of them start going upstairs.
There's 3. There's 2 more to the dome. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, this is really... He can reversing switch the Mana Worm, but...
yeah, it would still be a 3/3.
Yeah, it'd still be a 3.
Yeah, it gets the buff first, and then it switches.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wonder if he should have reversing switched it first.
That is a possibility. I actually thought he might lead this turn off by reversing switch. I think Kranich maybe just like moved a little too fast, but he also didn't know where the Flamewaker and Arcane Missile shots were going to go. So, you know, this isn't like a misplay from Kranich.
Yep. So he's going to attack Finicky Cloak Field, 4 points of damage, and ek0p, he needs something big to get out of this game. He's falling down to 1 point of health. How on earth does he live through this turn? I mean,
yeah, I don't think he has a way, actually.
Yeah, the fact that this Mad Scientist has stealth, he has no way to kill it. He can play Sylvanas and taunt it up, but
that's
then he can't gain 1. He's just going to die to the hero power. Wait, no. The Rusty Horn costs 0. He could do that.
Oh, he gets Sylvanas, Rusty Horn, uses hero power.
That's still not going to be enough, though, because if he plays Sylvanas
through
and Rusty Horn and then uses his hero power, the Mana Worm plus hero power can run into the Sylvanas and take it out, and then Kranich has still got 2 points of damage.
I was going to say, Kranich is going to have
surviving minion. So I mean, ek0p has fought his best, but I just don't think it's enough at the end of the day. Yeah, he's just going to scoop it up. You know, I mean, I'd like to see him just kind of go through his turn and, you know, try your best. You know, if you play Sylvanas and Rusty Horn, maybe your opponent doesn't see everything that you see. You know,
yeah, why
concede? A situation like that. Yeah, just play it out. Take a beating. Yeah. That's what it comes down to.
Come back here, you take your beating. Yeah.
You sit here and you let me punch you in the face. Yeah. Now, but love the swap up here from Kranich as well. You know, the fact that a lot of people have been playing Druid and that ek0p played Druid, I think he's very likely to play it again in the second game. You know, we've seen people who play Druid play it multiple times in a row because it's such a powerful strategy. And not only that, but it worked. It worked pretty well in the first game. Just able to fall a little bit behind. So the fact that he played that Tempo Mage and tried to pick off and punish ek0p for that, wonderful stuff from Kranich.
Yeah, you said it. Anyone who's been playing Druid here in HPL has had a specific reason why they've been playing Druid, and so they've been queuing it up multiple times, and you saw ek0p queue it up again there, but he's down 0-2 now to Kranich.
Yeah, I mean, gonna have to do some work if he wants to come back. You guys, if you want to check out the game recap for yourself, you can head over to pvplive.net and see everything that there was about this game. The stats breakdowns, everything that got played, what they've done in their competitive histories, it's all available over on the website. Guys, when we come back now, Kranich is on match point up 2-0 over ek0p, and he's gonna need 3 straight if he wants to pick up a win here tonight. Don't go anywhere, guys. You're watching Hearthstone on PvP Live.